I gotta get something off my chest. I'm just think about it, and I'm we're gonna make this is gonna be quick and dirty because I just need to talk about it and get it out there. First, I don't think Obsession is a bad movie. I think it's fine. I think maybe people went a little crazy with it. I like it when people this is a good thing to like. It's a good thing for people to like. However, the concept for the movie as it stands was not fit for a feature length film. Obviously, I understand why they made a feature film because people will watch it. You can market it and sell it and buy a ticket for it and watch it in a movie. But I think that it is a 45, 50 minute idea that got stretched out and without adding else something in, without trying to inject it with new ideas, I think that it's gonna struggle. And I think that there's parts of it that struggled for me. I'm gonna spoil some things, like whatever there's on it. Like what can you there's not a whole lot I can spoil about this movie, first of all. Okay. Two big issues. First thing, horror movies often have to deal with this section of the movie called waiting for the thing to happen. So this is a big thing that is a problem with Alien Romulus is it's an alien movie. So okay, I have this expectation of what's going to happen. These people are on a planet and they're like, "Hey, let's go to that abandoned spaceship or whatever." And you're like, how could that go wrong? So then as an audience member, you're sitting for like 25 minutes and you're like, well, I can't wait for, the bad thing to happen. Good newer horror movies that avoid this in different ways are 28 Years Later. Maybe my favorite movie from last year, from 20. I'm talking about 2025, 28 Years Later, directed by Danny Boyle. You could argue with 20 Years Later that there's the bit on the island before they leave that you're like, I'm waiting for them to leave and go meet the zombies. But I think there's enough like interesting things there. Like we all kind of know a guy that's a little like bear. Like we kind of get what's going on that way. We don't live on an island during the zombie apocalypse. Real quick, right on, they get on the island. They like immediately see a zombie and they just, stuff, whatever, it kicks off. That movie's great. The whole first portion of that movie is very tense in its own right. You don't have to wait for, okay, well, I know that later they're going to meet. I saw the trailer and they're going to see Voldemort. And even when that's not happening, because I'm not just like, oh, just skip to people dying, because you know tension exists. What am I even talking about? There's never a point in that movie where you're like sitting, just like anticipating. You're either like feeling this like tension, or you're like learning a bunch of new things, and then that lasts like 5 minutes maybe, and then they have this really cool like scene where they're going out, and it's just immediately like it kicks off. That's one way to do it. Beau Afraid is like one of the absolute funniest movies I've seen in the last like 5 years. It's also a horror movie. That movie gets around this problem by being like insane. Like at no point when you're watching that movie do you know what is going to happen next. That movie is just if 4chan wrote a Mr. Bean movie. It's kind of like, and then this guy with anxiety, like, oh, he goes outside and all the homeless people in the entire city rush into his apartment and they're breaking stuff and like doing drugs and pooping everywhere. And so like obviously that doesn't have that problem because you're not waiting for anything specific to happen. You're just like, what is going on? I don't even know, like everything that you're getting hit with is this new idea. Obsession is like, okay, he's gonna wish that she loves him, and then obviously it will go poorly. I am interested in seeing how it goes poorly and how they get out of it. Now I just gotta sit and wait for that to happen. The second thing is a little bit more specific, and it's definitely a symptom of that first problem. What is the deal with her hyperfixation on this cat? There's so many scenes where it's like, oh my god, like, and then she does some weird thing with his cat that died. And it's like obviously creepy and unsettling to have her doing all these crazy things with this dead cat. But like, when does that come into the equation? He wished for her to love him, and you get a very straight line. That's like, okay, now she won't let him leave her sight and is violently jealous of other people. It's taking this used idea and being like, okay, now we're gonna look at it like examining people, this idea of like friend zoning and how that's actually really toxic and like selfish. So I'm not complaining about that. Like it takes this idea and it's just like, what if she like started doing all this stuff with a cat? I'm like, what are you talking about? Why is she chopping up the cat and making him eat the cat? When does what part of her loving him makes her do that? It kind of just felt like stalling. Like, really, the point of this video is because clearly they were just like, okay, we need to fill this time where she's not being like off the wall insane. Like, we need to find a middle ground so more things can happen in the movie. Where there's this like, they try to make this sweet spot of like, I would really not want this to happen to me, but I'm still not gonna break up with her because like I don't know, she's hot. Like the movie is like trying to operate for like an extra 45 minutes in this hot crazy scale that is impossible to buy because like step one, if my new girlfriend that I've had for like a night is immediately like, hey, I made a shrine of your dead cat that died like 2 days ago. it's then get away from me. That's basically every problem I had with the movie. It was good, but people were like, "Oh my God, this summer's original blockbuster." And I'm like, "No." And like it's not really. I'm not just trying to like come out here immediately and be like, "This is terrible," because I don't think it's terrible. I think it's fine. It was really dark, like visually, like I couldn't see anything. Like 50% of the shots that have the lead actress in them are like you can't even see her face. I don't know. Why does there need to be a montage of them being like a normal couple for a month in the middle? They're like in love and it's just like, wow, look at these two young people going on dates and being cute. And it's like just have just why don't you gotta like kill somebody? I don't